Okay, so in the last video, we have seen about that how to fetch the list of students from the backend, and we have a Spring Boot backend along with the MySQL database server, and we have also implemented the component called the view student. So whenever the user will click on the view student, at that time, this kind of table should be displayed to the user. Okay, so we are going to implement that functionality that when the user will click on the view student and the add student, the corresponding component should be displayed. Right now we haven't implemented it. Okay, and also we have implemented the functionality called the Axios. So let me go to the component and let's see the view student.js where we had created the React state, and we had also used the hook called the use effect just to get the student information from the backend which is running on this particular URL. Okay, now we are going to add one more component so that whenever user will click on the add student, at that time that component should come up and it will allow to provide the student information, and that information should be stored in the backend. Okay, let's create a component for that. So I'm moving back to the VS Code, just moving to the component folder, and there I'm going to create a new file called student.js. Now, once this is done, then I will be typing a command called rfc. That will, this particular command supposed to create the function inside this particular file. Okay, so it has created this function, student function. Now I will be adding the form based control in this function so that it will take the input from the user. So guys, again, to get that form kind of control, we have to go to the React.js Bootstrap application. So I'm moving to the React.js Bootstrap application, or not application but the web page, and there I'll be typing for the form control. So I'll be moving to the form, typing a form, selecting it, and I should get that form control. Yeah, I'm getting the form control over here. Okay, so I'll be copying the code which is there inside this function. Okay, so I'm just copying this and pasting it over here. Okay, right, and once this is done, what else I have to do? I have to import all these things, all the imports to my application or the component which I have created over here. Okay, this is done. Now I'll be adding this component to the app.js so that it would be visible to me. I'm just going to add this component below this view student, above this view student. Okay, and here just typing a command that is student. Okay, and here I have done one typo, so let me correct it. Instead of student I have written something else, student. Okay, let me make the correction over here also. Okay, and let me import the student. Components, and the name of the component is student. Okay, so this is done. That the app.js is ready. Okay, now let me start the application so that I will check that whether that the student component is visible or not. So I'm starting the application. Okay, so the application server is started. let's look at the page that how it is looking like. Okay, so here you can see this is the form that we have added to our application, but it is not looking good. So let me add something so that it will look good. So moving back to the student.js, and yeah, this is student.js, and there I'm going to add uh, the code related to card. Okay, so let me write the add the card component so that it would look better. Card. Okay, I have added the card, and there I will be adding a card header like this, that card dot header. Okay, and here I'm specifying the information that is add student information. Okay, now let me see that how my application is looking. Okay, it is showing me that I forgot to import the card. Let me import the card. It is from the React Bootstrap, so I must have to import the Bootstrap slash card. Okay, yeah, now it is working perfectly. Okay, so let me refresh, and yeah, here you can see that the card is visible. Okay, and obviously I have to add some space between the navigation bar and the card component. So here I'm just adding that class name over here, that is equal to my dash 3 dash 3. This will give the three space in the, or three space margin in the y direction. Okay, so here you can see that the space is available. Okay, and now let me put this two thing inside the card body, so this will also look good, right? So where it is over here, the form group. Okay, so I will be writing this form group inside the card body. Card dot body, and up to form group this. Okay, I have kept that card dot body. Yeah, there is something wrong. Yeah, I forgot to remove this. Okay, I have removed that ending tag. Okay, now the error will be gone. Okay, and let me refresh this. Okay, so now it is this is looking a little bit better compared to earlier. Okay, so now I will just remove the few of the things which I don't require. Okay, so I'm removing this, that is we will never share your email address with anyone else, this one. Okay, I don't require this, and also I don't require this password text box, and I don't require this check me out. Okay, so let me remove all this thing. So let me remove this form text, and also let me remove this checkbox, everything. Okay, it will be removed from here now. Okay, nothing is visible. So now I will change all this thing. So instead of email address, this should be the student id. Okay, and the type would be text. Similarly, here in the placeholder I will be specifying enter id. Okay, I'll be having few more component inside this. Okay, so let me have another form group where I'll be having a student name. Okay, so here I'm specifying student name. Okay, and one more that I require for the student address, that is what I'm going to add over here, address. Address. Okay, Now let's see that how it looks like. So it is going to refresh. Yeah, so student ID, student name, student address, and let me put this submit button into the card footer, okay, so that it will look better. So this is the button code, okay, and here I'm writing the card footer. Let me write that card dot footer. Perfect. Okay, it is going to refresh. Yes, now it is looking good. Okay, now what I'll be doing that whenever uh, actually we are ready with this add student component, right? So this is all about this particular video. We will be adding that when user will click on the submit, then it should go to the backend database in the next video. Thanks.